I like this part, though. Here's like how they're creating the world. That's pretty cool, actually, yeah. You know, visually the anime looks really good, and the music is really, really good, too. Nothing happens in the episode. So, hello, Myrmonden here. Time to watch Legend of Mana, right? So I have here my hand here, of course. One of the greatest games ever. This is one of my absolute favorite games. First, I love JRPGs, right? You know, I love manga, anime. I'm a very Japanese fan, right? And the Mana series, of course, 63, that is one of my all-time favorite games. It's the sequel to that game. So please subscribe to the episode 1, because I am the biggest JRPG fan ever, plus anime and manga, so you know. So that's kind of how I got into anime and manga. I'm getting in from the Japanese games, right? So here I have the game, of course, in my hands. Extremely rare game, of course, I talked about it yesterday. We're gonna watch anime now, and you know, this is one of my all-time favorite JRPGs of all time, right? It's the game before, though. Seiken 3, the Seiken 4, but still, amazing classic game, and I hope, of course, that the anime is great. The music's good at this. Yeah, it's the Mana music. The music fits immediately. It's that typical video game music, yeah. Oh, isn't it? It's not. Is it Fist of Heaven? No, I don't think it's Fist of Heaven. It's the Mana team, right? It's the Mana 3 team. Yeah, Fist of Heaven is the best one. That's the best host. So I am getting goosebumps immediately, though, honestly, because I do love the music so much. Here goes the Mana 3. So I mean, I want this anime. I mean, this is classic video game, you know. So I want the anime to be great, right? But this is the worst, I think, storyline the Mana game has, basically. Seiken 3 has much better storyline, so on. Seiken 4 has a really weird kind of you build the world by yourself storyline. So I'm interested to see where they're gonna go with the storyline, because it's not a linear storyline. Right? Usually RPGs have a more linear story path, right? This game is very non-linear, so let's see where they actually go with the actual storyline, but it looks great at least. Beautiful, you know, Mana tree and so on. Legend of Mana, the Teardrop Crystal, various readings. The music is amazing. I know that keyboard made an abyss. Guys on it, right? The opening of the Swedish, but a failure. So the game is on Swedish, right? The original game, the opening should be on Swedish. What an absolute mistake to not have the opening on Swedish here. Yeah, it's not a Swedish. I think it's Sarah Hayami singing it, but it's not Swedish. She should be singing on Swedish. No, she's singing the ending. I don't know. I think I already saw that Hayama's gonna sing either opening or ending, but whatever. Oh, this is at the classic cave stage. I recognize the background. Yeah, that's the cave stage. Absolutely. Of the game, certainly. So in the game you can pick your gender and your weapon, so I guess you can have both playable characters, you know, the male and the female version of the main character. Probably. Honestly, visually it looks really great opening here. And that looks like rice, but it's not. It's the main female character. I would cry if I would cry tears after tears if I could get to watch Seiken 3 the anime. Why couldn't they make an anime for Trials of Mana instead? That would be... It's so much better storyline, you know, with Kevin, Duran, and so on. That would have been amazing. Okay, here we go. He wakes up after the Mana tree. This is kind of how the game starts, you know. The Mana tree kind of, you know, sets you usually in all the games to save the world, right? So it's kind of... You live in this big tree, right, in the game, so it's kind of like, you know... Yeah. Visually, it is really appealing, though. Like, seriously, right? The anime looks good at least. I'll give you that. Yeah, it reminds... You know, it's perky, right? The music and so on. The old soundtrack from the game. And this is the characters you can find also in Trails of Mana and so on. Yeah. It's kind of that you find them to get bonus stuff in the games. Man, the music is so good. I don't care what story. I'm just getting goosebumps because it's such a good soundtrack. The goddamn Mana soundtrack keeps playing all the time. I wanna go, this song from the Mana games? So yeah. I've beaten this game so many times, guys. You know, it's like... I am the only one that cares about this game. No, but this anime, I mean, yeah, it's like... I don't think the anime is hype this anime up, but at least I am happy because at least the music is good, man. I'm just like, oh my god, it's the best music ever. Oh, it's just covering what's happened here. Man, the real story things are weird. Now they're jumping into him explaining this stuff. Kind of weird storyline. Demo indeed, demo. It's a bit adorable though. It's like diary, a save state. I wanna save you for you. I will save for you, main character. I'm going to save. Explain what we did last week. Expect to spot. Writes down the main storyline. Man, he got abs. Yeah. Man, seriously, he got abs, man. This is some. It's hot, man. She sure got abs. It's like, what are you doing here? Look at his abs, man. Look at Shisho's abs. Yeah, Shisho got abs. There, he got freaking good muscle, man. So far nothing really has happened, honestly. I mean, it's a little adorable, but... But it feels weird because I kind of jump into like, already got these party members. Yeah, it is. The storyline seems kind of weird. It's some movie or something before, right? Yeah, it is weird, man. They kind of. Oh, I'm gonna play Domina song. Oh, if to play the Domina song, we have to go to Domina and play, you know, the yeah, it's like Domina is played by this guy. What's called the harmonica? No, what's called like the. I can't remember. Dragspel. Let's call it in English. Harmonica. Accord. Yeah, accord. Yeah, the accordion. This is amazing accordion song. That's the best song of this game. Yeah, go to Domina so I can hear the accordia. I want that Domina accordia song. It's so good, man. Oh, it's so good. Shisho, please go to Domina. They have to play the Domina theme song. It's the best song of the game, of this specific game. That it's only Legend of Mana, the accordia. Love these guys are in the opening of the Swedish song as well. På svenska, yeah. Yeah, these guys are in the. This is the first thing you see in the game's opening. It's like leaf people. I mean, honestly, the anime is one of the best looking anime. It's very visually appealing. It actually is really good. Like, made in Abyss style, you know. Same song, yeah. Same music, same Ost guys. Very visually appealing. It actually looks fantastic, seriously. Nothing really has happened from like a storyline aspect, right? You see that big tree talk to me, so on. Yeah, nothing has really happened, honestly, right? It's kind of like, oh yeah, we're going to the tree now. But it's, it looks really good, honestly. I do hope that... I wonder if they're gonna do the game stuff, like he's gonna make his own monsters or so on. So in the game you have to craft your own golem, or you have a monster, ranching. For your third party member, it's like a monster or a golem. That's mostly what you need your farm for, right? So you can like build your monsters or whatever. Yeah, you can get your third companion. So maybe they're probably gonna have one episode when he goes like monster farming, right? And get like a Pokemon. That's probably one episode. I'm guessing, and one episode might be the golem. But it is problematic that it's so slow paced, seriously. Like, again, it looks very beautiful, this anime. It looks really good, but it's like... There's no storyline here. Nothing happens, yeah. You want some apples? I mean, nothing is happening really. Right? You just hang out and eat fruit or something. This is half the episode soon here. Nothing has happened yet. It's like 8... I mean, honestly, this is... Oh my god, what a weird episode one of this. It is, in a way, better than I thought it was gonna be, because it looks better than I thought it was gonna look. And it sounds better. So here are the monsters, so yeah, the classic enemies. But... Man, the storyline pacing, like there's no storyline whatsoever. This is like, oh, here's my monster. Yeah, it's like, let me show you my little pet. I mean, it kinda, I mean, this is adorable. So now, Hontona! Yeah, now it's the kawaii though. Kawaii, let's feed it! Okay, now it's getting a little cute though when they feed their monsters. That's what I'm talking about, yeah. Gotta have a monster farm, right? Yo, now it goes kawaii at least. Now we got a little kawaii, now a little more. Here it comes! The Domina team! Let's do it. Do. Na 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 na. Do. I'm getting goosebumps when you hear the music again. Do. Na 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 na. It's just a good song, man. They should have higher ost here. I don't care about the dialogue. I just want to listen to Domina team, man. Oh, it's just a good music, man. It's where's the accordion player though? He stands there when you enter the city. You can talk to him and you can pick music or whatever. Yeah, like where's the music player guy? Oh, here we go. Now I feel the storyline finally starts though. Yeah, okay, here the episode finally starts basically. Cute little pixie girl. You're hiding something. Okay, yeah, so now that's fun. Throws down a girl on the ground, yeah. Smacks down. Okay, he's gonna make them stop probably. I do like that they play one of the battle music though. Yeah, and he owns him. Yeah, he tricked him, man. Yeah, he owned him. But a lot of them play one of the soundtracks in the background, one of the battle music, and he trips him, and it's like, yeah, I got you, kid. Yeah, it's like, okay. 10 years too young to fight me, bro. It's like, okay. But, yeah, now finally some main stories start happening, right? It's definitely a slow first 10 minutes, let's be honest here. But now it's like, okay, now we get the guy, you know, try to kidnap the girl or something. Now he tried to get information from her, I don't know. But I mean, he does something. They misunderstood what happened, right? But he was trying to get some info from her, more so. But still, a little conflict, right? Or something. No. Finally, someone helps a girl up. Yes, we just lined there for 2 minutes now after the fought. Classic, you know, rival friend guy. He's gonna be a friend later, clearly. He's just a rival guy, come on. Clearly that's like, next time I will, yeah, come on. I love it. They got the character design down, definitely. Yeah, I mean, they got the character design right. You know, we got the weird, all the typical mana characters there, definitely. Yeah, so that's good. They capture that, definitely. Definitely. Så det är som Domina backstory. I just wanna listen to the Domina soundtrack more. After we watch it, I gotta have to go and listen to the Domina soundtrack for 10 minutes at least after this. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Okay, maybe some. I'm a little bit. It's obviously has a very weird, like, how it presented storyline. Yeah, especially how the actual games are so aggressively in the storyline. You know, Seiken 3 is like, your best friend dies immediately! Go and get revenge! Yeah, it's like, oh no, my mom backstabbed me and threw me out of the house and shot me in the back. That's kind of how Seiken 3 starts, right? Seiken 2, or Seiken Mana, it's like, oh, someone pushed you down a cliff, and you pull up the tree, and the fight some crab monster, as like instantaneously, like, someone just murdered the main character in the first minute of the game, yeah. Seiken 2 starts with one character trying to kill you immediately. Like that, those games are like straight, you know, for the main storyline. Immediately action, right? Then of course it gets slowed down a bit, right? But it is a little weird here. I was sitting here talking to him, this guy in the church, and I'm a little bit like, okay, but what is the actual storyline here, right? I mean, yes, he's kind of giving a little bit of world building, but it's a little bit like, okay, like, are we gonna go somewhere with this thing? We have that guy in the tavern, and then he kind of got out, so it's bad because the first 10 minutes basically had no storyline, right? Except the 1 minute recap though, but yeah. I mean, this gave a little perspective, I guess, on the world. Hey, maybe now then. Here we get the mana tree, okay. Maybe now we get a little bit of he's talking to the mana goddess. Okay. I had a church. They have that, what is it called? Church windows, or they call it, the color windows telling the mana story there. So, I mean, yeah, visually the anime is very good. And, like, the details of the background's good. Like, that's the part of that mana storyline, so a lot of good details and so on in the actual visualization and the music and so on. Okay, they're gonna ignore him. Rude. Yeah, here we go. See, he's a rival friend. Come on, like, let's team up, bro. You're a douchebag. Come on, let's be friends. Here we go. Yeah, obviously he's gonna be, you know, he's a tough boy friend guy. We know how that works. It's that classic, you know. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to hurt the girl that hard. You know, I didn't mean to do it that rough. You know, yeah, I'm actually a good guy. You know, he's that kind of guy. You know, he's, you know, rough around edges. You know, yeah, a rough diamond guy. Yeah, so now they're gonna be like, yeah, okay then, fine, let's team up. Like I was sundering now. You remember my name? Yeah, I do. See, now it's happier. Yeah, see, you got a first companion. Got a friend. Ah! No? Okay, didn't help him. Oh man, there was a little cameo there. Yeah, a little short cameo. Give a little cameo there, yeah. So, I hope they're gonna throw in other characters from the games too, maybe. Maybe, right? Maybe they're gonna throw in other characters from the previous games. It could be interesting. Perhaps. Oh, he's gonna apologize finally. Okay, he's gonna... I mean, he's obviously a good guy deep down. He's gonna apologize to the poor lady. Of course. Yeah. So now he's like redeeming himself here. When she, of course, accepts his apology here, kinda. Yeah, kinda. She was like, alright, it's fine, right? So yeah, now they're, you know... Now he's part of the team here. Ooh! They're gonna unlock a new area. I mean, so in the game, right? So in this video game, it's very special. I don't know. Yeah, you have it here. To show you guys. You have it here in the background. Here my finger is. If you can see it. That is like the middle image there. That's kind of like... You build the world with the stones, right? So you get like one stone, and then you can like, here's your tree, and then you can build the next city or whatever. So Domina is the first thing you get, right? And then you get Domina. Then you can build the cave or whatever, like next to Domina if you want to, or you can build it on the other side, and you cannot build the world by yourself. This is one of the coolest things in the game. It's so you make your own game world. So if you replay the game, it's kind of fun to just, you know, remodel. Oh, I want to live next to the dragon god cave kind of thing, right? So that's the coolest part of the video game. You get these like stones, the mana crystal tears thing, and then you can, you know, you can, yeah, You shape the world by yourself, right? This is the best part of the game, definitely. Here we go. So, yeah, this is really cool. Yeah, it's like now they're gonna create like the next area, right? Exactly. So this is how the game... This actually looks pretty cool, yeah. So now he's like getting the cave, right? So it's probably gonna be the first cave in the game. The classic cave, you have the most quest in, basically. Exactly. So now you kind of get that. Kind of weird CGI, but that's what I mean. You kind of, you know, you build the next area of the world or whatever. That's how you kind of restore the world, right? So by far the best idea in this game. Because the rest of the game is definitely not as good as Seiken 3. No. Seiken 3 got better storyline, better characters, right? Better combat system. Better talent tree system and so on. But this part is definitely a good part. Where you make your own world and so on. It's pretty cool. And also this game you can also... The main character, you can change gender, you can pick weapon. A little more freedom, I guess, and you also make your own character, right? So it's a little bit more... You can play with any weapon with the main character and so on. If you think that's a good thing, that's possible. Because isn't that really... Nah, I don't know. But anyways, now they're gonna run out the course, check out the new world, right? Yeah. Maybe it's in trouble, Shiloh. Dodaro indeed, yeah. Shiloh! Like it's like, ah, whatever, guys. Do we talk with you later, man? But okay. Next episode is probably gonna be much more action-packed. I feel they're running over now to have the first fight, right? They're basically gonna run to the cave now, the first cave in the game. Probably it's episode 2. So they're probably gonna fight that like dragon or monster in the cave. There's more than one boss in this cave, so because this is a repeatable cave, you have like several quests in the game. So it's either gonna be like the bone dragon, I think, or like the beast monster, probably. I guess. Yeah, here we go. Right here's come. Yeah, the first cave in the game. So they're probably gonna fight one of those two bosses. Is my guess. The beast is my. I would guess the beast would be the fight, right? Yeah. This guy is way too casual. He's like, yeah, whatever. It's probably no monster. This guy is like, yeah, that's right. Run into the cave, guys. I'm sure there's no evil demon dog down there, guys. Yeah. Yeah, see you. He's way too casual. He's like, ah, whatever. You probably survived that. Yeah, that guy is way too casual when it comes to exploring. Oh my god, they're doing the Swedish ending. It is a Swedish ending. Oh my god, they're doing the Swedish ending. They're doing it. It is Swedish ending. This is Swedish. Song by Seohayama. What? They changed the Swedish ending to Japanese? An insult! Insult to my people! Oh my god, I heard Seohayama was gonna sing something in his ending. Oh my god! They took Mama Yor and she's re-singing. Yeah, because this song used to be in Swedish. Oh my god! They removed the Swedish song and put it on Japanese. It made her she's singing a translated version of the Swedish song. And a massive insult. Oh my god. Yeah. Massive insult. This sounds horrible. I'm sorry. Usually I love these voice actors, but now she's insulted my people here. Yeah, I'm feeling insulted here, but it's this ending here. What a massive insult. Yeah, it's ruined Japanese and Swedish relationship forever. Like seriously. Like terrible, what? Oh my god, it's terrible. What is this? I'm sitting here like, oh my god, they're gonna play, you know, it's the same, you know, music, the same soundtrack, right? The same, it's the same, you know, music, the tune or whatever, yeah, it's the same guitar playing, whatever, you know, the same instrument, yeah. Whatever, same piano, whatever, and then it's like, oh, but we removed the Swedish song. Anyway, let's review the actual episode, right? Yes, I got massively dissed there by the Square Enix, they removed the Swedish song. Here then, the actual anime was... It looks fantastic, okay? Let's be honest here. It looks fantastic. The actual visual part of this anime, right, is really great. But it keeps all that mana colors, right? We ever played all the Seiken games. They're very good colors, right? They're very happy. One thing I would say definitely, right, with the Seiken games, It reminds me kind of like World of Warcraft or so on, right? But before that World of Warcraft, right, you know? And obviously, you know, Blizzard people have played the Swedish games because they were very inspired by Mad. But anyway, in this kind of very strong colors, right? You know, yellow, red, you know, kind of violet. Yeah, it's very, very strong colors. Compared to something Final Fantasy or whatever, and the other JRPG games from Sweden, and also other, of course, too. So the Mana games has probably been arguably the most kind of like, you know, happy sprite looking, kind of anime feel to it, but not just anime, but I mean, you know, get a very powerful color scheme, right? So the anime kept that. Visually, the episode looked really good in most parts. There was some part definitely where they kind of had a still frame or they didn't animate it. There was definitely some parts you could clearly see they were like, but yet we don't animate for 2 minutes here. It's like a dialogue, someone just talks and there's no movement or whatever. But generally speaking, it looked really good, just for kind of like, you know, being understood alone. That being said, there was no fights or whatever, right? They didn't actually do any action. So we're gonna see next episode, they're gonna fight the first beast boss in the game this episode, and then we can see how good they're actually gonna animate the actual fights, right? Music-wise, fantastic, of course. They're playing most of the soundtrack. They played the Domina team, right? The Mana team, the Mana Tree team in the beginning and so on. The Mana Goddess he has played. They didn't play Fear of Goddess, but played a little bit of some mix of that, I think, a little bit. They had one of the battle teams, right? There's a lot of great soundtracks from the actual game and the remix of them and so on, right? So visually and the soundtrack were really good. However, though, the episode was kind of like nothing really happened, right? It did present, and I do like that scene, of course, when they actually show off how they... I like this part, yeah. It wasn't the best CGI, but I like, from an actual anime, promoting and talking about like classic video game, right? I do actually like this scene a lot, how they kind of got the Mana Stone thing, or Mana Tree, whatever it's called, and then, you know, it creates this, like, we get the cave, we get the next city, right? Because, I guess I mentioned the reaction part, this is the biggest part of the game. This is the biggest unique selling point of The Legend of Mana, how you build. So in the actual game, right, you kind of, first you have, of course, the tree, right, the Mana Tree, your home thing, kind of thing, and you're gonna find the world and dragon cave and so on, right, and you unlock the different places. So the house there to the right, that's a Domina, and then you get like the cave, as you saw in the anime, so right, that's the one next to the house there, to the city. That is this current cave, right, where we saw being unlocked here. So you kind of have to, you can build it however you want. So you can build it like a line or up and down. So you can actually save the place next to you and have like a dragon goddess next to you and so on. So this is a fun part of the game, and it has a little bit of, you know, how you do it and the order you do stuff and so on. It changes the game, right? So it keeps a little fun replayability and so on. But unfortunately, it's not a game review, but still, I liked it in the game. This is the coolest part of the game, cool idea. But honestly, it should have done more, in my opinion, right? Like it's a lot of ideas behind this thing, with the mana, how it works and so on, but it should have done more than that. So it is a little bit gimmicky, honestly, unfortunately, in the game. I haven't played like the remake or whatever, maybe the add-ons and most of it, but it could have been a little more extra bonuses or whatever, or stats or whatever, could have been more of that, right, to this thing. But it is some stuff to it, so it isn't completely just for visual. No, it has some more effects though, but it could be more effects. But still though, the best and most unique part of the actual game. So even though, so you know, and I like, so they gotta sell that, right? They're gonna show off and sell that and so on. So yeah, I like that. I mean, it's been interesting. But what can I say, right? The storyline was kind of missing. Clearly, not much happened. It was a very weak episode 1 from actual story aspect. The pacing felt slow as hell, right? And I'm angry now because they removed the song now. But I mean, this pacing was slow. I am gonna watch one more episode, review it and so on, right? Because I want to see when we actually get an action. Because again, at least from a visual and a soundtrack, it was like 10 out of 10. Yeah, it looked really good. It looked fantastic, so I'll see. And the soundtrack was 10 out of 10. So it reminds me of a Beast, right? Obviously, some people involved in it, etc. So I want to see, of course, what happens when they actually go into a fight, right? What happens when the story actually starts going, and so on, you know. So it's a little, but definitely a slow episode 1, and it should have been more to the main story or more to action or whatever. So I don't think many people probably keep watching it. But anyway, please subscribe to episode 1, right? You know, I'm gonna separate. I'm gonna make 2 videos here. I feel it's worthwhile to take out the ending part and be like, oh my god, I think it deserves its own video. I'm most disappointed, man. Like, Jesus Christ, man. They have that classic Swedish song. It's not a good song, okay? Don't get me wrong. It's not a good song whatsoever. It's not a good Swedish. It's not like a famous Swedish singer or whatever. But I was like, no, we need to make a specific video about my rage, my Swedish rage, my Viking rage, man. I'm just like, what happens? Square Enix, you can't remove that. It's just like an iconic thing because it was so weird how they, you know, they never released the game in Sweden and Swedish song and so on. It's an iconic memorial thing that they had a Swedish song in it. And now they removed it, right? So, not a great insult. But anyway, please subscribe, have